the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead. I just got done watching it. Man, oh man. I feel like every time we see a finale, a mid-season finale, it's always so emotional. Alright, let's get right into it. The episode started with, we see Bob, Officer Bob, who was running away. He was still handcuffed, and this is after he tricked Sasha, who I think she was the only person that fell for this guy. I mean, come on, I think we all saw that coming a mile away. Now, Rick was chasing after him, and you see walkers everywhere, and Rick gets into a cop car, and he's chasing after him, and Rick gets on the speakerphone and says, "Stop! I won't ask again, stop." Bob doesn't stop. So Rick, what does he do? He basically runs him over. He hits him full force in the back with the car, and even Bob said, "What the fuck, you broke my back." I couldn't believe it. I yelled out loud, "Holy shit." Because clearly Rick just doesn't give a fuck. This definitely isn't the Rick from, I'll even say, the first half of Season 2. But then again, ever since Sophia died and Rick killed those two guys in the bar, he's pretty much been this way, the whole "I'm not going to fuck around." But the moment when Bob was sort of rambling on and Rick just shot him in the head and said, "Shut up," I laughed because I sometimes forget where Rick is on this show. Then we see the preacher who had snuck out of the church at the end of last episode. I wasn't quite sure why he snuck out. I didn't know if it was because he was too freaked out seeing the bloodstains on the church floor, or if he didn't trust this group anymore and what they were capable of, or if he just wanted to do something stupid, which is what he did. He claims he had to go and see the school to see just how bad it was for himself. Yeah, great idea, because what happens? Sure, he sees a Bible, and he sees Bob's leg, what's left of it, but then these walkers break out of the school window, the door, and there's a horde of them, and they're chasing after the preacher, and of course, he brings them back to the church. I'm like, when he was banging on the door, and Carl and Michonne especially, who had to break down the board that they had that was holding the door together, I was like, God damn it! Like, fuck this guy. He's the one who chose to leave. He's the one who went out and did this dumb thing. Sure, you could say it wouldn't have been right, humane to leave him out there. I'm sorry, but sometimes you can't stand for stupidity. Just, what the fuck? Now, I love the moment when the walkers were starting to break out of how they shoved the door, made sure it was closed, but the walkers were breaking out of it. And then Abraham, Glenn, Maggie, the whole crew came back with the fire truck, and they closed that area off. And Michonne finally tells Maggie, or somebody finally tells Maggie, that Beth is still alive. And I like this a lot, not just because of Maggie finding out that her sister is still alive, but I feel like this whole time Maggie's never brought up her sister, Beth. It's one of those things where I think somebody told me that Maggie asked Daryl about her. So fine, sure, she's asked about her, but you certainly didn't get enough of the sense that Maggie was that worried about her own fucking sister. So it was a nice moment. In between commercials, they showed this like very long scene of some, I guess, random new TV show that's coming out. And the scene or the commercial was so long that I was sitting there going, okay, can we just go back to the fucking show? I do not want to spend any more time away from The Walking Dead. I'm sorry. Then we get a little bit of Dawn's backstory where they're talking about this other guy, Hanson, who, from what I could gather, he must have been their previous leader who got out of control, and Dawn was the only one to stand up to him and kill him. And that's how she became the leader. That's how she took over. And just getting a little bit of the backstory, getting a little bit of inside Dawn's head and why she is the way that she was. I appreciated that. It made me understand her more. And the moment when her and Beth, they basically kill the one cop because he found out what Dawn was hiding as far as Beth killing the other cop. And Dawn was seemingly willing to keep the secret for whatever reason. And then seeing the two of them almost tag team and kill the guy was something. And Beth standing up, and I think this is the first person that she legit, took them down, shoved them off of the elevator shaft, killed them. I was like, wow, Beth became a badass. And we have a quick moment where Tyrese is talking to Sasha, and I like the brother and sister dynamic. They're the only brother and sister on the show, so I like seeing them talk, and I understand Tyrese's point of view. I get it. He wants to keep his humanity. He's basically the Dale of the group in many ways, but sometimes I just go, dude, look at what happened to Sasha. She trusted somebody for a second and got hit. I mean, she could have got killed by this guy, and you're still talking about humanity and doing what's right. Look, we can't trust people. I'm sorry, Tyrese. I know you're a big teddy bear, but that's just not the world we live in. And I liked a lot the scene of Rick being the one. I mean, he's the leader. He's the main character, but yet he will be the guy to put himself out there in front of those two cops to make the deal, initiate the exchange. I like that he is willing to put himself front and center in the face of danger. It shows how much Beth and Carol mean to the group, their family. So the moment when they're at the hospital and you have the exchange going down, my heart is racing because little stuff that I've seen, articles where I stayed away from spoilers, but I saw something that made me know that a main character was about to die. And I wasn't quite sure who it was. I had a feeling when Beth took the scissors and stuck them in her cast, I said, alright, she's going to do something stupid. But I wasn't sure. Still. And they're switching people until Dawn says, I want Noah. And I liked that Rick and Daryl were standing up for Noah and saying, no, you can't have him. I like that. But also, it's like, how well do you know Noah? Are you willing to die or go to war with these people over somebody that you don't really know? I know he's a kid. I know he's a teenager. So that's why I respect them doing it. But still, I guess it's one of those things where I'd probably agree or side more with Shane. As fucked up as that sounds. So then, Beth, at the last second, goes up to Dawn and says, I understand this world, everything that's going on, and she stabs her. Now, she only stabbed her in the shoulder, so Beth, as strong of a person as she was becoming, she's not quite, she doesn't have the greatest aim. But Dawn, on instinct, shoots Beth in the head, and when I saw the back of Beth's head blow open, I said, fuck, they killed Beth. And you might have some people saying that they didn't like Beth, or they wanted her to get killed off, or it's not that upsetting for them. At this point, I'm upset when any one of our core main characters die. I mean, this is our squad. That's how I look at these people. I look at them as people that I've watched and over the seasons. Beth has been there since season 2, and she has grown a lot as a character. They've done a lot. They've got a lot of mileage with her character last season with her and Daryl, and then the stuff with her at this hospital. They did a lot with her. And she was a character who at first I didn't think I would care this much about, but I did. And seeing her die hurt, but not only that, seeing Daryl cry over it made me almost at that point. And I like that Daryl's first reaction was to shoot Dawn in the head. He killed her. But then I thought, oh, alright, we're going to get a bloodbath. They're just going to start guns blazing. But no, they said, hold your fire. We don't want this war. It was all about her. She's the reason why all this was going on. Let it go. And the last shot of the group coming out and Maggie, who was just told that her sister was alive, now sees Daryl carrying Beth out dead. Wow. I remember that last year's mid-season finale was Herschel dying. So this year's mid-season finale is Beth dying. And that must suck for Maggie. She's lost her whole family now. Ouch. So again, a very emotional, very sad episode. I probably sound very somber after it because it does suck. It is sad. But still a great episode. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you saw the mid-season finale. What did you think of it? Thanks for watching. We have now till February. It's not coming back till February. God damn it. Hopefully, the waiting won't last too long. And February will come before I know it. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!